What's going on, everybody? All right, I know it's been a while. Sorry, I was taking a little break. I'm trying to figure some things out with my phone and everything else. But I wanted to make this video just to tell you all that I'm still here. The zombies haven't gotten me. All right, so anyways, but this video is going to deal with everything that's going on in Washington right now. I find it very funny that, that this big giant scandal with the IRS has come down, and now apparently you just plead the fifth when a scandal in Washington happens. Just plead the fifth. Don't say anything. Oh, I don't want to incriminate myself or individuals. See, that was a key word right there. I'm personally, I'm sorry. Some of you may like this, some of you may not. All right. I find it very hard to believe that the President of the United States, the man who runs this country, once again is ignorant to anything that's going on. He was ignorant to Fast and the Furious. He was ignorant to Benghazi. In fact, what kind of President of the United States disappears for 5 hours when Americans are in need? A cowardly one. He's ignorant to this IRS scandal. He's ignorant to the AP press. I mean, there's 4 scandals right there that have come to light in the last few months that they're still talking about. It just doesn't make any sense that our President of the United States is ignorant to all of these. Also, too, if you remember back in the Nixon years, didn't Nixon say that he was ignorant to it all, too, until... I'm sorry, I made a mistake of recording it all. All right, so, friggin', I highly, highly doubt that the President of the United States is really, truly ignorant to all of these scandals. I bet you he knows a hell of a lot more. And I bet you this is the reason why the woman who was in charge of that part of the IRS, at the time that it was happening, during the elections, is pleading the fifth because she doesn't want to incriminate herself or the President of the United States. Just what I'm thinking, all right? And I find it very, very funny, too, that a couple days, within like a week and a half before this whole IRS scandal kind of took light into the media, President Obama was in Ohio State stating things like, oh, these people will talk to you about, limiting government. Ignore them. And these people will throw out big words like tyranny and anti-American and this and that and blah, blah, blah. And I say to them, just don't listen to them. Yeah. Anyways, so, in all honesty, do you seriously think this guy doesn't know what's going on? I mean, this was only a couple days, all right, before this whole IRS thing broke out. It really upsets me because, it just shows you that, how ignorant the citizens of the United States are. Take this, for example. You also have a government who seems to be more worried about immigration reform than taking care of its own citizens. We do have this whole IRS thing where if you use the word patriot, and I got a story about this too, if you use the word patriot, you're going to be flagged. If you use the word freedom, you're going to be flagged. Tea Party, anything like that, anything that has to do with liberty, you're going to be flagged. There was a company, their name was Liberty something. It was like an insurance company. All right, that helped out freaking veterans or some shit like that. And what happened was they went for that tax exempt fucking crap, and they didn't get it. It was normally the time frame is about 30 days. A year, 2 years later, they still hadn't gotten it. They caught wind of the reason why is because of their name. So what did they do? They changed their name to Green Solutions. You know how long it took after they changed their name to get tax exempt? A week. 1 stinking week after they changed their name to Green Solutions. Or Green whatever. They just added the name Green. They took out Liberty and added the name Green. after waiting 2 years with their name being Liberty, they changed their name to Green. A week later, they got freaking accepted. People need to wake up. I mean, I don't understand why everybody is still asleep. I know there's some of us out there. The people that watch my videos, I understand that you guys are already awake. You guys already understand what's going on. But it's the majority of the people. I mean, they just had a poll, and there's still like half of America that thinks Obama and his administration is doing a bang-up job. Now, that's why Eric Holder, for a second time, is involved in another scandal, all right? But he still holds his fucking position of Attorney General. It doesn't make any sense. If this was anybody else's administration, that person would have been fired. That person would have been let go immediately. Yet this guy, all right, still holds his position because Obama refuses to do anything about it. Back in freaking with Watergate, Hillary Clinton was one of the first ones to say, where was the president? What was he doing at the time? This and that and blah, blah, blah. Asking the tough questions. But here in Benghazi, she's saying, what difference does it make? Oh, it's old news. What difference does it make? It makes a hell of a lot of difference. And yet today, I think it's today. I think it is today. It might have been yesterday. It might be tomorrow. I'm not sure. I'm not really up on what day Obama is speaking and everything because I don't watch him speak. But he's speaking, and one of the points that he's speaking about today or tomorrow or whatever is he's talking about the drone strikes killing American citizens and how it's necessary. Well, the country that has a whole bunch of people that are now been flagged for the name that they use, all right, and we all know that preppers have already been put on no-fly list, okay, and stuff like that for being terrorists. I mean, isn't there a little bit of concern there? I mean, what's wrong with prepping? What's wrong with what I'm saying? I don't like Obama. Am I saying anything, like, inherently bad about him? No. He's done that all himself. But the fact of the matter is that I got to live my life in fear of some freaking unmanned freaking drone being manned by somebody 10,000 miles away or 3,000 miles away in Arizona or wherever, all right, coming to drop a bomb on me. Because I'm exercising my First Amendment right, my freedom of speech, my protest and my grievances against the government. I'm allowed to do that per the Constitution of the United States of America. But I have to live my life in fear because Obama says that anybody he deems or anybody that his administration deems as a threat can be taken out. Big Brother is here. Tyranny is here. It isn't around the corner. It isn't down the street. It isn't at your local speedway. It's here now. And it is being run by the people in Washington.